Good morning, evening, or afternoon, everybody. It's Kaghoe coming at you with another video. So today I wanted to elaborate further on yesterday's video and just to point out that how much I truly believe that something massive is coming in April of 2025. And this is mainly because all of the content for all of the versions of Classic WoW that we have right now are going to end there just naturally. It is just such a weird coincidence or a planned thing by Blizzard. But before we get into the video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Everything you guys do helps my channel grow, helps me get discovered, and helps me help as many people as possible, which is the entire point of my channel. So without further ado, let's get into the video. So the biggest indicator that we have is the general timeline and what we have seen thus far with Season of Discovery, as well as what we are going to see with the Kata roadmap, as well as a rumored hardcore in November for fresh servers as well. So Season of Discovery thus far, most patches have been 8 to 12 weeks for content. Phase 1 lasted 12 weeks, Phase 2 I believe lasted 8 weeks, Phase 3 lasted 14 weeks. So we sit at that sort of average, and then Phase 4 was 11 weeks, and you know, they delayed the raid a little bit there, so that's probably why we got the weird 11 number. But generally 8 to 12 weeks is what we are averaging with content. So that puts us for Phase 6, which would be AQ, at around December 5th. And then we would see Nax at Phase 7 around February 13th. Those are just very rough estimates. I haven't dove too much into them, so don't quote me on that, as this is the date that we're getting it. Obviously, it is SOD, so there could be a lot of discovering that is also added that we just have absolutely no idea about. Then, as well, a big question with SOD is, are we going to get a Phase 8, something after Nax, where we go into Karazhan Crypts, or we have a Scarlet Monastery type raid, a Scarlet Citadel, if you will, at Tyr's Hand, or other places? Just a lot of wonder and a lot to go into that, but all in all, it's still, if we just have Nax, it would end in April, just on that 8 to 12 week cycle for Nax. Then the next one is the Kata roadmap. So I'm going to show you guys this graphic right here. This is from the Cataclysm launch, and this is what they did for 2024. But as you can see, Hour of Twilight Phase 4 is January 2025. So you could play this out, and as you can see, you know, we went May to July, July to October. And then Firelands is going to end, or it'll be done around January. So you have January 2025. So if it's the end of January, that same cycle of 8 to 12 weeks for content, that applies there as well. And we will see it line up with Cataclysm being done in April of 2025. Now, that is just another reason why it gets my brain going a ton, because we just see that April 2025 end date for the current content that we are doing, whether it's Kata, whether it's SOD, all are going to be ending at the same time. Then we have Hardcore, which is going to be rumored to have a fresh re-release in November of this year, and then by then it would probably have that 6-month cycle, and it would be done by April of 2025. Hardcore is fun. It's a phase. It's what people go and play for a bit, but it doesn't really it's not everlasting. It just comes and goes. So it'd be very interesting to see that. And that brings me to the conclusion of April 2025. Now, if you watched yesterday's video, I explained that timeline very well as well, but I want to do it here again so you guys are aware of why we are seeing this April 2025 date. And what does all this mean? Well, I see 4 possible outcomes. Yesterday's video, I just talked about Classic Plus, why I think Classic Plus would be perfect, and all Classic merges into there. So if you want to hear more about why I think Classic Plus, check out yesterday's video. I'll put a link to it pinned in the comments down below. But the other additional things that I could see us getting and directions they could take is Kata. The most logical thing is they just continue with the Classic project and Kata goes into Mists of Pandaria. While this is boring and I think that we should move away from it, judging by how much the numbers have plummeted in Cataclysm from having about 300k players for 4 to 5 years to almost only 100k players. It's really sad, and I don't know if MoP is insanely good enough to save it. I know people well regard MoP as a very good balanced expansion, but I don't know if people would go back after skipping Kata to then go to MoP. It's just a lot, especially with the state of the economy in that game. Then we have SOD progressing into TBC. Now, there's been a lot of hype for TBC. People want TBC Classic servers, and I think the only reason they're not giving it to us is because we already have too many WoWs, and if they open that can of worms, then people are going to want Wrath era servers, people are going to want Kata era servers. They're just going to have to keep making more servers and keep dividing our player base thin, so I don't think it's the best idea, but SOD going into TBC wouldn't be the worst thing, because they can give everyone a taste of TBC, and maybe they can do some crazy stuff, like give us it with no flying, for instance. That'd be interesting to see, although I do know Netherstorm and Blaze Edge Mountains would be a pain to navigate without it. I do think it is possible, so they would just have to open up a few areas or allow us to teleport, but it could be something to, discover. Then the next one is Kata obviously going to MoP, and then SOD giving us a Phase 8. So something after next, that little hint of Classic Plus, which would give us the Scarlet Monastery, Scarlet Citadel raid, as well as Karazhan Crypts and exploring that, and maybe even Mount Hyjal becomes a playable zone that we can do stuff in as well. There's so many storylines and assets and things that are in the game, and they even made the Emerald Dream with incursions, so I would really like to see them do more with those as well, because I think that they could definitely make that into something. Since we have the portal to go to the Emerald version of Azeroth, I think we could see a lot of that with AQ and the Emerald Drakes coming hopefully soon. Then the final idea I have is Kata going into Miss Pandaria, which, once again, that is just the natural, easiest thing. Like, it has two choices to either end, which I think it would only end if we're going into Classic Plus, or just keep going. I don't really see anything else you can really do with the Classic 2019 server just doing anything other than going forward. Then I think SOD could get a SOD era type permanent server, only because of how much changes were made with all the runes, all the abilities, all the spells, all of the world changes as well, the gear, the bosses, just so much was changed. It wouldn't make sense to just put us on the normal era and take away all that, descale our gear, take away our items. Like, they've put in actually quite a ton of new content, despite what a lot of you doomers like to think. They really did put in a lot, or tweaked a lot of stuff here to make it all balanced, and it probably was a ton of work by the developers. And so what we could see is a new season that we have no idea what it is. Obviously, I'd imagine they would announce it beforehand and we'd have some idea of this before April, but it's just where SOD ends. Like, that April is why we're going to get new content. SOD's going to TBC, or we get SOD era and we get a brand new season. But I just can't shake this April 2025 date, guys, and I want to share my thoughts and my ideas with you, and I would love to hear what you guys think that we could possibly see in April. It's just so strange to me that all of the classic projects are ending in April 2025. Like, it lines up so perfectly that I can only think that something massive is going to happen. I could be wrong. We could just simply see the easiest path of least resistance, and Kata goes to MoP, SOD goes to TBC, or they just end SOD and we get a new season. I don't really know. Obviously, I don't work with Blizzard. I do have some interaction with the devs, but they ain't going to tell me anything. They're under lock and key NDAs. So the only thing I can do is speculate here, but I hope you guys truly enjoyed this video, and I would love to hear what your guys' thoughts are. If you think we are going to see anything new, what do you want the most out of these 4 possible outcomes? I would really love to hear it. For me, it's Classic Plus. That's always going to be the goal. Just, Classic has totally captured me, and I've fallen in love with such a beautiful MMO from 2019 onward. I was a Wrath baby originally, and I never got to play all this, so being able to experience this, especially as an adult, and, not having the kid brain and being able to do things efficiently and fun and share it all with you, it's been such an amazing experience for me. So I would love to see that expanded on in a totally different, new, undiscovered way. I think that's why I love Sod so much as well, and it's really captured that essence of what could be and what new things could be added, and it's just unlimited potential, and that really has a powerful effect on something that you truly enjoy. But anyway, guys, that is it for this video. I truly hope you enjoy it, and until next time, I'll see you later. Have a great day. Bye-bye. Hey, you. Yes, you. Are you still there? Well, I appreciate you for taking the time to watch this entire video and making it to the end here. If you enjoyed this video, definitely check out the other videos about World of Warcraft listed in these playlists down below. And thank you again. Have a great day. Bye-bye.